Good evening, everyone.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Natalie. Hi, John.
Hello, hello.
Okay. We have to wait for a few more of our members to attend this meeting. So in the meanwhile, I just want to confirm who's here with their application. I see Natalie for Savannah. And who's here for Trimbago?
Teddy Gonzalez.
Oh,
Who? I'm sorry.
My name is Teddy Gonzalez, the representative.
Oh, are you our call-in?
Yeah, I'm calling in, yes.
Okay, great. And the Trims are here?
yes.
Hello. So we have, I see we have Maria and who's the other Miss Trim?
I'm Felicita Trim.
Say that again, sorry.
Felicita Trim.
Alicia, okay, thank you. Great. And Tom is your rep. And anyone here from Crown Heights Pizza?
Ellie?
Oh, John, okay. Great, welcome. Okay, so just gonna do attendance for our members. Kirmani Allison, Gail Branch Muhammad, Janet Collins, Diane Duke, James Ellis, Tamika Gibbs,
Present.
Jennifer Jordan, Jazima Jordan, Oliver Hart, Roger Myers, Alicia Nocenso,
Present.
Robert Puca, Celine Rosado, Brian Saunders, Mark Thurton,
Here.
Gib Vaconi,
Present.
Teresa Weatherspoon's here, Sharon Weatherburn, Rob Littlewax,
Madam Chair, have I been dropped off the attendance? This is Ethel Tias.
no, you haven't. I'm so sorry. I just skipped right over your name. My apologies. Ethel Tyus. And Deborah Young.
Here.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I think you skipped over
Yes.
my name as well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry for
It's okay.
your Ortiz. James Ellis has just joined us, and so has Robert Widowax. Great. And Gail Branch Muhammad, I see you here. James Ellis. Just gonna do, just recite again. Sharon Wedderburn,
I am here.
so we have a quorum. We can begin. Thank you so much. Good evening, Officer Vidal.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you. And Brian Saunders has arrived. Thank you. Robert Puka has arrived. Right. Mr. Widowax, will you continue with the roll call and voting?
Certainly.
Great, thank you. Okay. So next up, it will be Savannah. with Natalie. What's your last name, please?
Lambing.
Lamming. Thank you. Okay. So we have the principal is David Alexander.
Yes.
All right, and it's Savannah Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
The address is 75 Utica Avenue. Time and location. You said that you opened in 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. You have 12 tables. Do you have a total of 24 seats?
Inside. Hold on, I'm going to the sheet.
Okay. One bar and 6 seats at that bar, correct?
Yes.
Okay. 30 is your maximum capacity, and your hours of operation is Sunday 12 to 2, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. to 2 a.m. Friday, 3 p.m. to 4 a.m. and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 4 a.m. In terms of your noise attenuation measures, you have no large speakers or bass speakers. You said this is an application we have seen before, and I know that you had made some adjustments in updating it correctly.
No, this is, okay, the application you saw before
Yeah.
was for new, it's another location we're opening.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Thank you. So the outdoor service area, which is the covered backyard, you say that it's in your, it was on your last application. The size is 22
Yeah.
by 12,
Mm-hmm.
10 tables and 20 seats in
Yeah.
total? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the operation, hours of operation is Sunday, 12 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we have Friday from 3 p.m. to 11 and Saturday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Again, no speakers.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Your amplified sound is inside. And on occasion, you have DJ and you have 6 employees, cameras on the premises. And the number of residents in the building is 1, and there's 1 to the left of you.
Yeah, and there's a barber shop on the other side.
On the other side, okay. All right, thank you. Officer Vidal, are there any violations or complaints at this restaurant, please?
There are no violations, no summonses issued for this location. The dates that I checked were from January of 2021 to present date. They are 23 311 complaints, but she actually has been in contact with our neighborhood coordination officer in addressing these complaints. No summonses were issued in regards to these complaints, but she has been in contact with the precinct to address these.
Great, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to our committee. Are there any questions on this application?
No questions. I have a comment, Madam Chair, to Tamika Gibbs.
Sure, Ms. Gibbs.
I just want to say thank you for maintaining. I remember when this application was first brought to the board at the beginning of 2020. We didn't know what was happening or what was down the line, but I'm glad you still stuck around and you're still here and you persevered. That's all.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any more questions or comments or concerns? Hearing none, I ask for a motion for this application.
I make a motion that we approve this renewal. Excuse me, I make a motion that we approve this renewal application as is.
Okay,
I
second.
second it.
Okay, so we have Ms. Gibbs as making the motion and Mr. Thurton has seconded. Mr. Widowax?
Kirmany Allison. Neil Branch Mohammed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Janet Collins, Diane Duke, James Ellis.
Yes.
Thank you. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan. Zerzima Jordan. Oliver Hart. Roger Myers.
Yes.
Thank you. Alicia Nasenzo.
Yes.
Thank you. Fior Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puca.
Yes.
Thank you. Celine Rosado. Brian Saunders.
Yes.
Thank you. Mark Thurton.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tyus.
Yes.
Thank you. Gib Vaconi.
Yes.
Thank you. Yrsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Witherwax, yes. Deborah Young.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes unanimously, 15 in favor.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Lamming. We wish you the best in your business.
Thank you.
See you next
Have a
time.
good day, guys.
You too.
All right.
Okay. All right. Next up will be Trimbago. Okay,
Good
so that,
evening. My name is Gonzalez. I'm
I'm sorry.
the rep. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I said I'm the rep for Trimbago. My name is Teddy Gonzalez. The principals are Felicita Trim and Maria Trim. They're opening a restaurant at 785 Nostrand Avenue. It's a restaurant and also a takeout buffet. Total
Okay,
seats at,
I'm going to stop you there. Thank you so much, Mr. Gonzalez. I'm going to go over the application.
okay,
Yeah.
no
so-
problem.
Yeah, no problem. I know you probably didn't know what the routine was. So I'm going to go over it and we move on from there, okay?
Not a problem.
Awesome, thank you. So as you've said, we have Felicita and Maria Trim as the principals. The corporation's name is Trimbago Inc., located at 785 Nostrand Avenue. It's a restaurant and bar seeking the liquor, wine, beer, and cider license. We have 6 tables indoors with 24 seats, 1 bar, 7 seats to that bar. I don't have listed here the max capacity, Mr. Gonzalez.
It's going to be 44.
44. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. And the maximum hours of service, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. We have, is there any outdoor service?
No, there is none.
Okay, just want to make sure. Okay, and for your sound system, you have this in your dining area. 4 speakers, 100 wattage. Number of service employees, 5. Are you willing to participate in CB8's local hiring program?
Sure, not a problem. Just if you could forward the information, that'd be great.
Okay, and at this time you don't have any security personnel, but your staff will monitor customer behavior. Number
Yes, they will.
okay, in the building where the premise is located is 2. There are no residences left, right, or rear of the establishment. Okay, so my question just right away is, did you notify your neighbors that you would be here this evening?
Yes.
Well, we did post a sign. Yes, we posted a sign.
I'm sorry, you did what?
We did the posting of the notice on the establishment.
Okay, because we didn't receive it. So is that something that you sent ahead?
Yes.
No, I didn't. As a matter of fact, we forgot to send it in earlier.
Okay, so
But
you
it was posted. It was posted 7 days before.
okay, so since you've done that, could you please forward that to the office this evening?
I did this evening. I sent it to you, to the office.
Around, I'm just curious. Around what time was that?
What time was that? I think it was like 5:30, close to 6, something like that.
Okay, all right, so they'll be able to see it when they get in tomorrow morning, correct?
And we also posted it last time. We adjourned the meeting, so we can go to this month also. So they have signs there before. We took those off and we put the new ones on.
Okay, so since you've sent it, it'll be waiting in their mailbox tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Do we have any questions or concerns from this committee?
Excuse me, what are the cross streets for this address?
It's going to be Lincoln and Eastern Parkway.
And you said there were no neighbors left, right, or rear? It's on Nostrum
No,
between
what's happening is, the thing is that there's like 5 commercial stores on the ground level, and there's residential on top of the other stores. There's no residential on top of our client, and the neighbor next door is the bank.
Gotcha. I was just trying to get the location.
Used to be a laundromat there before, or cleaners, something like that. But the bank is still there.
It used to be a tailor shop.
Yeah, Taylor.
Yeah, cleaners. It's a cleaners thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be a tailor shop and a cleaners. They're no longer there.
Correct.
Now there's a bank. Next door there's a barber shop. Next door to the barber shop there's a deli.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Thurton?
Yes, that's the old Lords of Tailoring. Thank you for coming into the area. I don't see a floor plan. Do you have a little idea how the setup is going to be, the bars or so forth?
I
Was
have
there
the
a floor
diagram.
plan
I will
attached
forward
to
it to
this?
you. No, I have the diagram. I made an error and not sent it to you by mistake.
Okay. Is it taking over? Is it only going to be taking over that one spot for the old tailor, or is it also going to be doing the adjacent spot where the cleaners was also?
It's going to be both spots, and the reason we postponed the meeting so long because it was going through landmarks and permits and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you do take both spots, isn't one of the spots has a residential above it?
No.
It's no residential
No
above.
residential above it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I'd like to follow up on Mark's question because I was just looking at this on Google Maps. And if you are taking both storefronts that were the Lords of Tailoring, yeah, one of them is in the building that the entrance is on Lincoln Place. So yeah, there's 2 stories of residential above half of the storefront. I don't mean to be argumentative, but tell us.
Our apologies on that. I mean, that's all one building.
Chair Witherspoon, I don't know if I can share my screen or not. Let me see if I can. But this is what I'm seeing for Google Maps, right? You've got the Lords of Tailoring, like Mr. Thurton just said. One is a 1-story building. And then the other storefront, the one with the VS on the gate here, is in this large building, which is on the corner of Nostrand and Lincoln. So I'm sliding a little bit, but here's the bank, a popular bank, right? So you've got 2 floors of residential above half of the floor. So I'm curious, how much notice did you tell the people who are going to be living in that building?
Yeah.
As far as
Yes, there's one of the gates that has the building over it.
Yeah, there is a door.
But presently, there's no tenants
no
in the
tenant
building
over it,
upstairs.
yeah, right now, yeah. Oh, yeah, there is.
That whole building?
There's no tenants
No
up
tenants
there
above us.
presently.
Plus, right now, there isn't anybody.
Upstairs, the building. As far as I understand, the they up there, they're renovating or they're doing work up there.
Yeah.
So there's no tenants up there at this present time.
Okay. Any more questions or concerns?
Mark Thurton has his hand up, Madam Chair.
You have something to say again, Mr. Thurton?
Yes, I apologize. My video's not on, but I'm doing work again in my place. Welcome to Nostrand Avenue. Are you guys looking to join the Nostrand Avenue Merchants Association and the Bar Association that they have going on Nostrand Avenue?
Yes, they're willing. Soon as they find out the information, we'll join it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, because we were looking for additional restaurants and bar at the southern end of Nostrand Avenue. So definitely welcome and all the best for your establishment.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well,
Madam Chair, Tamika Gibbs has her hand up.
Ms. Gibbs, thank you.
Yes, I have another question because I heard two different types of businesses going here. What is going here? Because I heard a buffet food thing and I heard a bar. What is going in this location?
bar.
The location has two spaces. On one side, they're going to have a takeout area that, instead of buffet, that someone will go in there and request what they want from what they have displayed, and you'll have then on the other side of the room you'll have sit-down tables and the bar in the other space.
Okay.
There'll be an opening in between both.
Okay. Can can I no disrespect to their representative, but I would love to hear from the owners and the proprietors of the establishment because they are here and they will be running the day-to-day. So proprietor, may I please ask and just to get confirmation of what is going in this space, please? Thank you.
It'll be a buffet on one side. Well, it'll be a buffet and it'll be a restaurant. Well, in our restaurant, there'll be a bar which will have 7 seats.
Okay, and on the side where the restaurant, where the bar will be, there'll be tables to where I will order food and I can sit down and eat my food if that's the case.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Right. No problem.
Anyone else? So I just, Mr. Gonzalez, I just really want to be clear on what we are to receive. So waiting right now is the notice of you making a notice to the neighbors. Will you also send the floor plan?
The diagram. Yeah.
Great. And is there a menu, ladies?
Yes.
Can you please send that as well?
No problem.
I'll send it as well.
Great.
Madam Chair, I saw Brian Saunders' hand up.
It's down now. Mrs. Saunders, did you have a question?
You basically asked the question I was going to ask.
Okay, great. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Mohammed. Okay, do we have any other comments or questions before we call a motion? Okay, hearing none, I'm asking for a motion, please.
This is Mark. I file a motion to accept this, providing that we receive the documents. And what is our commitment date for the documents to be received?
You'll have it by tomorrow morning.
Very good. Yeah, thank you.
I second that.
By tomorrow, by the end of business day tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Thurton. So this is a motion made by Mr. Thurton and second by Ms. Gibbs. Rob, can you do the call, please?
Hermione Allison, Gail Branch Mohammed.
Yes.
Thank you. Janet Collins, Diane Duke, James Ellis. I'm sorry. Janet Collins, Diane Duke.
Yes.
Thank you. James Ellis.
Yes.
Thank you. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan. Zuzima Jordan. Oliver Hart. Roger Myers.
Yes.
Thank you. Alicia Nasenzo. Thank you. Fiora Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puca.
Yes.
Thank you. Celine Rosado. Brian Saunders.
Yes.
Thank you. Mark Thurton.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tyus.
Yes.
Thank you. Gib Viconi.
Yes.
Thank you. Irsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Witherwax. Yes. Deborah Young.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes 16 in favor, no abstentions or opposition.
Wonderful. Well, Trim family, welcome.
Thank you, everyone.
We wish you the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the
Madam
neighborhood.
Chair, Mark Thurton has his hand up.
Now,
Yeah,
say,
And also, thank you, Mr. Gonzalez, for making sure that we get that information by tomorrow morning. Mark Thurton.
You'll have it by tonight.
Okay, awesome. Mr. Thurton?
Do you have an estimated opening date?
right now, the construction is on the way because we have been waiting for over 10 months
Permits.
for the permits because of the landmark. The building is designated as a landmark building. So we had to go through the building departments and the landmark preservation. So we've been holed up for a very long time. So we're hoping the construction could get done in 3 months.
The next
3 months.
Hopefully.
So we're hoping by the end of July, August.
Yeah.
What's the address again?
It's 785 Nostrand Avenue.
Okay.
Okay, so we hope that, yes, I saw those fingers. We hope.
Yes. Sorry, anyway, I didn't. I'm Mr. Trims, my wife and my daughter.
Wonderful.
I'm financing the business for them.
Very nice.
I've been living on Nostrand Avenue and President since 1968, and still in the same apartment.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You're an institution. Well,
Yes.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
glad
you very much.
Thank you.
invest in the community in this way. So have a good evening.
Madam Chair, can we remind them to please come to our general meeting next Thursday?
Thank you, Mrs.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
That's our.
Have a blessed one, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Blessings.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. All right.
Madam
So,
Chair, Mark's hand is still up. I'm not sure if he has a question.
Mark,
No.
You're
No.
good?
No. My hand was up by accident. I apologize, guys.
okay, just lingering. I know. Okay. Thank you. Okay, next up will be Crown Heights Pizza. We have John.
And
Hello.
Michael
Hello,
Kelly.
Michael Kelly. All right, so we have John Iezi.
Yetzi.
Okay, thank you. And we also have Michael Kelly. And Michael Kelly, and who are you to this applicant?
I'm representing them.
Okay. Welcome you both. Okay, so this is Crown Heights Pizza, located at 563 Lincoln Place. What's the cross there? Your cross streets?
Franklin Avenue.
And
Oh.
Clayson.
Franklin and where?
And Clayson.
Classen. Okay.
Classic.
All right, so this is a restaurant and bar, and you're seeking wine, beer, cider license. 5 tables, 12 seats. Maximum capacity is 12. Your operating hours are Sunday, 11:30 to 8, so, and that's 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your outdoor service, you have it's an open restaurants program. Where is your space located, your open space?
It's all on the sidewalk.
Okay, all right. And it's the space is 15 feet by 4 tables, 10 seats. Max is 10. Your service hours, Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. No, I'm sorry, Monday. Is that 11:30 or 12:30?
11:30.
Okay, thank you. All right, so Monday, through Saturday from 11:30 to 10 p.m. Thank you for that. And your amplified sound is behind the counter, 2 speakers, 120 watts. There will be no live entertainment offered. You have 5 service employees, and you are willing to participate in CBA's local hiring program. No security personnel, but you do have security cameras. No residences in the building where the premises is located, but left, right, and rear, you have 24 residences. We do see that you have provided the pictures of your business, your posting, and you have your diagram of your footprint of your business, as well as the menu. So we thank you for giving all that information, as well as the support of the residents and neighbors around you. We have your certificate of occupancy included, and description of all the stores, liquor stores that are around you, churches, schools, and premises that liquor is being offered. And do we have any questions for this applicant, please?
Can I just add one thing in?
Sure.
They've been open and operating for 5 years at this location. So they've been around.
Okay. I just want to be clear as to what it is. So this is, hold on a minute. So this is new. So what is new from, you've been here for 5 years, so you are submitting a new license. So why is that?
They never had any alcohol before, but they've been getting requests from customers for years, and they've decided to finally go ahead and do it.
Okay. All right.
Madam Chair, what kind of license is he requesting?
Wine, beer, cider.
Thank you.
Sure. Any questions? Officer Vidal, for this business, do you have anything on record in terms of complaints or violations of any sort?
Yeah, I did check this address. There are no complaints, no summonses issued for this location.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Madam Chair, Mark Thurton has his hand up.
Just about to call his name. Thank you, Mr. Thurton.
Hi, you're participating in the Sidewalk restaurant, or is it, or are you doing it on the street? What are you guys doing?
Oh, we're in the open restaurant program. We only have tables on the sidewalk next to the building. There's nothing on the street.
Okay, and is there any plans to put anything on the streets?
No.
Okay, because I see that area is already pretty filled up over there in front of you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I'm not trying to disturb anything more than what needs to be done.
All right, very good.
Thank you, Mr. Thurton.
Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns for this applicant? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to ask for a motion, please.
I move to motion that we support this applicant for their license.
Second.
Tamika Gibbs, second that motion.
Thank you. Mr. Whitterwax?
Kirmany Allison. Dale Branch Muhammad.
Yes.
Thank you. Janet Collins. Diane Duke.
Yes.
Thank you. James Ellis.
Yes.
Thank you. Tamika Gibbs.
Yes.
Thank you. Jennifer Jordan. Zerzima Jordan. Oliver Hart. Roger Myers. Thank you. Alicia Nasenzo.
Yes.
Thank you. Fiora Ortiz Joyner.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Puka.
Yes.
Celine, thank you. Celine Rosado. Brian Saunders.
Yes.
Thank you. Mark Thurton.
Yes.
Thank you. Ethel Tyus.
Yes.
Thank you. Gib Vaconi.
Yes.
Thank you. Irsa Weatherspoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Sharon Wedderburn.
Yes.
Thank you. Robert Witherwax, yes. Deborah Young.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes 16 in favor, no opposition or abstentions.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Iezzi and Mr. Kelly. We wish you continued success in the neighborhood and growth in your business. Okay.
Thank you.
Good to meet you all. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, team, thank you so much. Do we have any questions or anything before we take off?
I missed what happened to the other agenda items. Were they just no-shows or what?
They were not only no-shows, but did not submit any paperwork. So pretty much everyone that was on the roster showed up and no one else. Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And we'll see each other.
Question. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
one question. I mean, do we know if any of these here, these renewals, are they time sensitive?
In terms of if they, they're nearing their, there's only one that's a renewal. I don't know when her date is up. Is that what you're speaking of?
Yes.
Okay, so that I don't know, and the other two are new. So we don't know at this point.
Okay.
What was your concern, Mark?
I mean, I was just, I mean, are they going to come to us, or are they just going to go straight to and bypass us? That's, I was just,
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You're asking for the people who did not show.
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't clear. Okay, I wasn't clear in what you were asking.
Yeah, if the ones that didn't show, are they time sensitive, or is there?
Well, I don't know that, but I can tell you that Shane's already got theirs. They already.
Madam Chair, I can actually answer that question for Mr. Thurton.
Sure.
Shane's, their license was set to expire at the end of this month. As Ms. Weatherspoon, Chairperson Weatherspoon said, they already got their license. It's likely true for Sofray as well. Both of those applicants had been holdovers from previous months.
Okay.
Okay.
And Savvy, I'm sorry, I didn't hear about that.
You didn't hear, I'm sorry.
About Savvy?
Any information on Savvy? Ms. Neal?
Savvy, what is, I'm just looking at your agenda. I see that Savannah, they actually came, Sofray and Shane's. Oh, Savvy Bistro, oh, I'm sorry. They are a method of operations change, and their representative has not even told me what exactly it is that they're changing, and they've been terribly radio silent. So next month for June, I believe, will be their final invitation to appear before the board for their method of operations change.
Right, because this is the second time that they've appeared on the agenda.
It's actually the third. And it's a habitual trait with this particular establishment. They are invited for 3 or 4 times before they finally appear. As I said, I don't even have the information on what exactly their method of operations changes.
Thank you.
Okay, so you'll of course let us know. So if anything comes up.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ms. Neal. Sorry. Ms. Gibbs, did you have something to say?
Yes, can we make sure we put in the record for this month's meeting that those 2 proprietors that we had held over for whatever reason, when they've circumvented us and retrieve their license anyway. So when they come back around 2 years from now, this can be reminded. Mr. Witherwax, you're the holder of all records. So just put that
Ms.
down.
Gibbs, you're speaking to my heart, which is I'd like to do the exact opposite of what you're suggesting and just forgive everybody who's going to renew unless they've got a problem and make sure they show up if they've got a problem. So
That's right.
yes.
That's
we
right.
come back around to the same point.
We are in agreement, Mr. Witherwax. Okay. I don't see any other.
I do have one question.
Sorry.
This is Roger. I didn't get to raise my hand. This is Roger. I did have one question about
Yes.
Savvy.
because I did walk by and I didn't see any notification of today's meeting, but I knew they were having the change of operations. And they've also built another outdoor cafe. So I didn't know how much we were going to discuss aside from the method of operations, because now they officially have 2 to 3 outdoor cafes. One in the street on Prospect, one in the street on Nostrand, right next to Nostrand Social, and something that looks directly in front of Prospect on their corner. So I'm not sure where that falls into our conversations about outdoor cafes, safety, foot traffic, etc. And now that I'm hearing they haven't shown up and I didn't see any notification to the community where we're going with their methods of operations going forward into June.
That's a great point.
Yep.
The neighbors are, the neighbors have already been complaining about lack of parking space, etc. But someone told me that they built another one and it's right next to Nostrand Social's outside cafe. And they've just recently built it, put stickers, so sort of car lights, and it can be seen. But I didn't know if we needed to be notified of that going forward.
Ms.
So,
Neal,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Ms. Neal, can you pull their last application and send it to us, please?
I will see if I have it available. Are you referring to a renewal or one of their previous method of operations when they want us to add security?
Actually, their last, whatever you have on it, so we can, we can see.
I will see what I have
what the
on
movements
my
have
work
been.
laptop. Absolutely. Give me one minute, please.
Appreciate that. Mr. Saunders and Mr. Bocconi?
Yes, I could confirm what Mr. Myers said. I just saw it being built within the last 2 weeks. So I was looking to ask him about that as well. They kind of monopolize the whole corner right now. They have the Prospect, they have in front of Nostrand, and I believe they have the Sidewalk also as well. So I saw them building their shed last week.
Thank you for that. I'm glad you are out and about, all of you. Mr. Bocconi?
Thanks. I just wanted to point out that open restaurants today, whether we appreciate it or not, is an as of right program. There is no responsibility to present to the community board to participate in open restaurants. Under the new guidelines, which I think were supposed to take effect next year, but are now being challenged in court, there would be an obligation to present to the community board. But today, my understanding is there is not. It's an as of right program that any eligible restaurant can take advantage of by self-certification with the DOT.
Thank you, Mr. Bocconi. Any other questions? Mrs. Saunders, do you have something else to say?
No, I don't. I just forgot to put my hand down.
Okay. Okay, anyone else?
I'll only go to as far as Savvy is concerned. If their method of operation is changing, forget the outdoor space. I mean, that's something we just need to get to the bottom of, and that's what I thought where Mr. Myers' comment was going. Are they still serving permissive under their license, or are they doing something else? So that's what we need to figure out.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't, unfortunately, on my work laptop have their actual application, but in 2019, Savvy actually did come. They're one of their initial method of operations. They were first approved for their license in 2018. In 2019, they came back to do a move to add a Sidewalk Cafe under, at that time, the Department of Consumer Affairs. So as Mr. Bocconi said, with the restaurant seating, the open restaurant seating, they can legally have the streetscape space. And then also they can have frontage along their property line. Forgive my birds in the background. They are still agitated from last night's thunderstorm. So at least one of their sidewalk cafes is legal with consumer affairs based on their 2019 application and mood change. And I just had that support letter up. I will have to find it. I don't know where my computer puts things when I minimize it, but that is that. And just give me a moment and I'll see if I can't find anything else anywhere on this computer.
Yeah, we approved in 2019, we approved it for 5 tables with 10 seats and hours of operation. So, I mean, regardless of open streets, if their sidewalk cafe is not operating under this, they need to come and talk to us about it. I would say.
Yes, to piggyback on what Mr. Witherwax just said, their July 2019 approval for the Sidewalk Cafe is fronting Prospect Place with 4 seats and 2 tables on Prospect, and on Nostrand side, 6 seats at 3 tables. And it's to operate until 10 p.m. and 11 p.m. depending on day of the week. Then they also added a DJ with that move as well.
And the DJ is inside, and that's not outside, I take it.
That's correct. They're inside only. CB8 still historically does not allow any outdoor music.
Yeah, and just something to be aware of with respect to the open restaurants program, you're not allowed to have any amplified music in an open restaurant setup.
So I pose to the committee now, when the district office gets the complaints of open restaurant seating with outdoor music, what would you like the district office to do? Because
Contact the
this
Department of contact the Open Streets folks at the Department of Transportation. I can send you the address. If that's what they're doing and they're making a nuisance about it on a continuing basis, DOT can revoke their permit for an open restaurant setup.
That's great news. That's a very good and very welcome change. Thank you so much.
So
Thank you for the information, Mr. Piccone.
So Ms. Neal, if you could send those applications, what you have, to the committee, that'll be great, so they can actually see it.
Just give me one moment. I'll upload them to the Dropbox folder right now for Savvy. I have 2 letters that I'm looking at.
Okay. So what we can do, after Ms. Neal sends this information, she's going to send it to our group, and any questions that you have, we can discuss it there. Mr. Witherbacks, before we leave, do you have something to say?
Yeah, just on another topic. Sofray, I was looking up the license renewal. Shane's, in fact, has renewed, but Sofray has not, and it usually will show, and it still says their license expiration date is the end of this month. Shane's, it says it's the end of June 2024. So, you know, it's usually pretty responsive on the SLA website.
Okay.
So I don't know if we wanted to do anything about them tonight.
Has there been any communication, Ms. Neal, with this restaurant at all recent?
All of the applicants were emailed. I've been actually, when I send them out their meeting notice to appear, CCing the committee on it at the same exact time. They have been radio silent, and I do just want to go on record and say that with the exception of their very first renewal license, Sofray has had many, many issues with their renewal licenses. I'm not sure that it's an instance of they just willfully don't want to appear before the committee versus they just forget about it. They've actually had in the past to get a 30-day waiver and a hardship waiver from us as well. Shane's, historically, it's very difficult to track them down. I know that in the past, Mr. Ellis and then also Ms. George has reached out to the proprietor directly and say, hello, we need your paperwork. You need to appear.
Thank you. So, Mr. Vidal, officer, are you still? Yeah,
Yes.
you're with us. by any chance, do you have an opportunity to look up Sofray? Is there anything?
Yeah, actually, Sofray is actually in the confines of the 7A precinct at 75 St. Mark's Avenue.
Okay.
And for the time period that I checked it for, there were no complaints actually. And for Shane's, there was only one complaint back in June of 2021 for a noise complaint, but no summonses were issued.
Okay,
So that's all I got for those two locations.
great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, as Ms. Neal has mentioned, they've already had an extension of that 30-day waiver, Sofray, and we do it as a one-time. So I don't think there's anything that we can do at this point. We haven't heard from them. We don't know what's going on. Does anybody want to weigh in? James Ellis?
Hi, yes. Curious, I did not recall that they had a 30-day waiver, but I guess that what that means is that they're subject to penalties at the state level because they didn't file in time. It probably will circumvent the community board for their renewal because it'll probably be auto renewed at the state level, but they'll be subjected to fines and penalties for not filing in their timely manner, if I remember.
Sofray, actually, this is their second time on our agenda. So they definitely had their 30 days for at least 2022. I'm referencing previous renewals when they did not have the requisite 30 days and got the one-time 30-day waiver.
Oh, okay, thanks. I thought when you said you were hearing radio silence that we hadn't even heard them file for their 30-day notice for their renewal.
No.
Okay.
They sent it in what month are we in? May. They sent it in February, like March, mid-March.
Okay. If I were able to connect with them, they didn't submit any paperwork, correct? To the office, I guess, at all? When they put that 30-day notice in?
No, just their 30-day notice in municipality. Other than that, no one has responded to any of the messages.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Neal.
So they're 30 days in June.
No, they've already eclipsed the 30 days that
Okay.
they would have to wait before they could file with the state liquor authority to get their renewal.
Got it.
If they've missed the boat. Their license expires on the 31st of this month.
Yes, they missed their opportunity to appear before the committee, but they can legally, without penalty from the state liquor authority, file for their liquor license renewal. They've hit their 30-day threshold for the wait. They can go ahead, they can get their license. It's the 78th precinct. It's such a small restaurant. I don't know that there are any problems. I do know that they are next door to Morgan's, and I also know that they kind of suffered a little bit with
The fire they had in the building.
the fire at Morgan's.
Yeah.
I can't say that they suffered that much from it. I'm not around there very often, but I do know initially after the Morgan's fire last year, they did suffer a little bit. But they can get their license. There have been no issues brought to our attention about them. Therefore, the state liquor authority doesn't have a reason to deny their license renewal. They did what they were supposed to do at the state level legally. They were required to notify us. They did. The same with Shane's. It's been more than 30 days since he notified us that he was applying for his renewal.
So whether we vote for them out of sympathy or against them out of, whatever reason, it's going to have no effect at the state level.
Exactly. They've done the one thing that they were supposed to do. Just send us the form saying, hey, listen, our license is up for renewal and we're going to apply for it within 30 days.
So even if we chase our tail around this, it's just us chasing our tail. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Mr. Thurton?
Yeah, I mean, they might have bypassed us, but both of them are well established in our neighborhood, and there's no issues with them. I'm quite sure they would have went by without a problem.
Okay. Mr. Ellis, anything you have to say?
I generally feel the similar way as Mr. Thurton in this case.
Okay, so do we want to make a motion to accept the renewal even though they're not present? Paperwork's not here.
If I could follow up to that, I would say, sorry, I'm trying to keep myself unmuted. I would say that not making a motion to do that would allow us to say that we're not giving a pass to those people who don't adhere to our protocols. So it would be on record that we did not make a decision in their renewal, and that would be a part of their permanent, or it'd be a part of their history.
Is that a motion?
No, not well, yeah, it would kind of defeat the idea of making a motion to not make a motion. So I would not make a motion on this.
Okay. All right. Just want to be sure. What, Mr. Wittlewax, something to add?
Yeah, I think I agree with what James's take on it is, and what Mark said too. I mean, these are two no-issue restaurants. There's no reason under the sun we wouldn't say yes to a renewal. I also agree with James that we don't want to say yes just because you didn't show up with your paperwork. But I also think that perhaps this committee, it's time to reconsider how we do renewals, so that we don't set ourselves up to spend an extra 20 minutes at a meeting talking about a non-event renewal. So I think we need to revisit that. But as a committee, make a decision about how to handle things going forward, not how to react to an individual license. So I agree, let's do nothing.
Okay, I
For tonight.
Well, for tonight, right, because we do have things to talk about, Mr. Wittlewax and I, that we have to set aside another day for, another evening. So if there are any other questions, or if they're not, we're gonna say good evening. Okay?
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'll join Ms. Gibbs with a second, and thank you, Chair Witherspoon and Mr. Wittlewax, for your leadership.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for just always being here and your lively discussion. We'll see each other next week, but look out for a date that Mr. Wittlewax and I are going to have this discussion of how we're going to move forward with applications. Okay.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, thank you, everyone.